Your host, Mr. Rock. Hope everyone's doing wonderful out there. We got some WrestleMania 6 coming to you in just a bit. Uh, the reason why I'm doing WrestleMania 6, very simple, was the year that I was born. It was my first WrestleMania ever seen on VHS. And technically, like I said, it was a great WrestleMania after all, I think. You had Warrior, you had Hogan in the main event. It's the only match I really remember. I remember Andre the Giant last match, I think, as well, before he died 3 years later. But yeah, um, I just want to make sure that we're live before we start. So I know in the past we've had problems. So just want to make sure. Okay, looks like we are live. We were going to do it just like the WrestleMania 14, where there's just audio, guys. Okay, so yeah, we are live. I just made sure about that. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. WrestleMania 6. Pause and talk about the match. So as I was just literally saying, that technically Haku was so close to the ropes in a way that technically, like, he could have just have grabbed it. And actually, there's a rule in wrestling back in the day that if your freaking leg or arm was underneath the rope in a way, that technically it didn't count. You couldn't count the fall. His hand was literally right underneath, completely right underneath it, and I just went, hmm. I guess technically they just counted it, but yeah, for this match, I give a 2 star. It's not good as the last match. I hate to say it, it just wasn't. It would have been nice to literally get Andre in to do like even literally 30 seconds of actual wrestling in a way, besides like being an interference in a way. But at the end of the day, they really didn't really do too much. I understand why. Health problems, I get it. But it would have just been nice to literally see him literally be the legal man once in the match. Instead of literally Haku literally just looking like, okay, you're the guy that's going to take the fall. You know? So, yeah. Um, like, I did like uh, Andre getting tied up in the ropes. I think that was a great ending to the match because at the end of the day, it made sense. You know, how can you stop the giant? Well, he's tied up. You get Haku to hit the finisher. But like I said, the match should have probably continued, in my opinion, because his arm, I think it was his arm or leg, was right underneath the rope. And technically, that back in the olden days, that would have been literally a breakup. But let's continue. Pause it and literally talk about it. I think this was a decent match. I think this is our first 3-star match, to be honest. Both guys were pretty strong. Both guys literally did the job. Wasn't anything really special in a way, but at the end of the day, it did the job. Two big, strong guys literally showing that they both have what it takes to literally hit. Earthquake going over is the right call, of course. I would literally have done the same thing, in the match. And yeah, you know. So, yeah, 3 stars. That's our first 3-star match. Let's continue. Oh, we got an ad. Sorry, guys. There will be ads. So, like I said, I'm watching this through Netflix.
Children's Tylenol delivers relief fast, so kids can be kids again.
But I do hope everyone's enjoying this, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 200 subs. I'd like to hit 200 subs by July, because that would be what, 3-year anniversary, I think. of streaming, and I got plenty of content and plenty of ideas coming up between now and July. So, talk about this match. Like I said, I'm breaking down every match. So, this match right here, like I just said, it made Mr. Perfect look really weak. I feel that this match literally is 1.5 stars. I hate to say it, not a great match at all. Just terrible in a way, and I feel bad for Mr. Perfect in a way. The match could have went longer. It could have, even though Bruce Barton the Barber Geekcake probably could have won, the match could have went longer, and also it could have literally tried to literally favor Mr. Perfect, not literally make him win, but at least try to favor into his strengths by just Bruce the Barber Beefcake literally just coming out and just winning like that. Just doesn't seem right in a way. And I get it, Hulk Hogan's best friend, but let's continue. 1.5 stars, worst match so far. And yeah, very good match. I would give this match a 3 stars. I think both guys literally hit each other well, made with most time that they had, even though it was literally like a 4 minute match roughly. It felt like 4 minutes. And yeah, I think it was a really good match. You know, not every match has to be literally 10 minutes or 30 minutes for a WrestleMania. It just literally has to literally make use of what time you have. And that's the thing about being a wrestler that you have to understand. Sometimes you might only have 4 minutes. Make use of it. You know, sometimes you have 10 minutes. Sometimes you have 15. Make use of what you got. And they literally executed with that 4 minutes what they had. But yeah, let's continue. What the assist was Miss Elizabeth. I actually think this was a good match. Good star power, good at everything. So yeah, let's pause and I'll review this match. And I literally will give this match 3.5 stars. I think technically it was a good match, but both Macho Man and Dusty Rhodes had good chemistry with each other. Sapphire, in my opinion, literally fell flat, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the times as well. Women's wrestling isn't where it is today, you know? And she did okay for what she is. I think technically they threw her into the match last second because technically they needed her to literally square off against Sensational Sherry. Sensational Sherry did her job. But I feel that technically it would have been maybe more better if maybe Miss Elizabeth took Sapphire's place, maybe. I don't know. It just seemed like Sapphire just didn't fit right in that match. But in overall, it was a pretty decent match. Like I said, 3 out of the 4 workers literally worked their butts off, deserved the freaking um, card. So yeah, let's continue. We still got about 2 hours. So it says. I bet you this was a sight to see back in 1990. I kind of wish I was alive. literally say why, and yeah, go from there. I give it 1.5 literally stars. I would literally give it a 1, but at least they literally did try. Count up victories, I really hate them. You know, if it was at least a clean finish, I would have given it a 2 star. But really, they really had no chemistry with each other. You know, it seemed like technically this match was just booked because they wanted WrestleMania to be longer. It just doesn't literally feel like the competitors literally even cared. They just cared about literally getting the payday. So that's my final grade on this match. 1.5 stars. Let's continue.
Let's go back and take a look at some of the things that Mr. Fuji did early on. Absolutely. There you see Fuji with a little love tap on Marty Jannetty there. Enough to get his attention. Jannetty coming outside the ring, sees Fuji's game, picks it up, and figure he's got free pickings on Mr. Fuji. But here you can see Sato sneaking around, spinning Jannetty around. Wow! Salt in the face, and that was enough to get victory. And right now, let's go to Steve Allen, who's with Rhythm and
Steve Allen. And we got an ad. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the ads.
The original collab. Now buy any size original or dark roast coffee and
Yeah, we
get a
got
classic donut
ads.
for $1. An iconic deal on the iconic duo with the Tins dollar donut. Order on the Tins app today. It's time for Tins.
We combine tailor-made speed, maximum forgiveness, and a new level of fit.
Like I said, I'm watching on Netflix, guys. So
More of the face. Unlock another level with the all-new QI35.
yeah, that's the one.
From TaylorMade.
pause it and really talk about it. So, like I said, it was an okay match. Not great, just right there. So I'm going to give this match a 2 star. And that's pretty much all I can really give it. I don't like the finish. I think it was a screwy finish using the 2x4. Anyway, I understand that Dino was going to hit him. Hacksaw literally hits him, gets the win. I get the finish, but I just don't like screwy finishes in wrestling. It just doesn't work for me necessarily, unless there's a story to literally tell with it. And it just seemed like there was way too much interference. You had Jimmy Hart, you had Earthquake, interfering. It just doesn't feel like a good match. Here, let's continue though. We got an hour and 23 left to the review. So we are an hour and 4 minutes still. But yeah, on this match, I'm gonna give a 3-star rating. I think technically both competitors worked their butts off. Both had great styles. Both tried to hit each other's finisher. Both tried to get the win. Yes, it was a count-out finish, but on this one, it kind of needed to count-out finish to make themselves strong. And at the end of the day, it worked. The other count-out finish did not work because at the end of the day, it didn't make anyone strong. It just made them kind of weak. And, take it from a guy that actually was in the wrestling business and owned the wrestling business, I know how these things work. So at the end of the day, yeah, definitely 3 stars. Let's continue.
You seen him, Jess? Brain's out there. He's standing ringside. The Brain's always there when one of his men wrestle, Gorilla. Well, the Brain has to see. Brain has too much investment. Well, I'll be anxious to get back in the locker room when this is over.
Nice back July drop. Oh, he landed wrong there. Jason by Snooker landed wrong. You're not supposed to take a bump right there, man. That could hurt your lower back if you do that. Either way, he's gonna be feeling it in the morning. If you take a bump like that from there. Jimmy Snooker, Fly Snooker with like a push down, it looked like, as he's running. He's going to the top rope. Oh, missed.
I think that was even a mistake on Rude's part. He wasn't sure what he was doing, but he did the right thing. Unknowingly.
Nice body slam.
Trying to plant him, trying to make him out of the ring. Let's see if Snuka goes up again. It looks like he's going up again, Gorilla. Well, you know, you couldn't go to the well one too many times here. Second turnbuckle on the inside.
Oh, he missed the splash.
Rude was waiting for him, suckered him into that move. Rude awakening coming up.
Rude awakening.
Forget about it. It's all over. It's all over. Yes.
And that's all she wrote. Rude awakening. And I give this match 1.5 stars. To me, it felt kind of a squash match in a way. Yeah, Jimmy Simplify Snuka tried to get some stuff in, but he kind of felt short all the way through. And like Rick Rude just looked like he was literally there, did the match, 2-minute match. What can I say? 1.5 star. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did cut the match. I think they cut Bad News Brown versus Roddy Piper. So now I gotta try to remember that match. If I was to literally give it a star rating, probably 2. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to remember the match. They're just showing highlights of what's coming, how the match got built. Here comes Hulk Hogan. Let's the Splash Earthquake on the main event, February 23rd, 1990. Literally 7 months before I was born. Roughly.
Why would a guy step into the ring? Hasn't Hogan seen the limelight enough? Look out! The earthquake down! Got a chance! I don't understand the Warrior speaking on this. Why should he run to the ring and save Hogan? The Ultimate Warrior in there with Hulk Hogan. What's going on? The Hulkster wanting no part of the Warrior. Warrior crisscrossing the ring. What's he gonna do? This man is... Wait a minute. Clothesline. Here comes him from behind. He stopped. Wait. What's going on? We may get WrestleMania before WrestleMania. No, the Warrior's gone. Just like that, he came down and helped the Hulkster. And now he's gone in a flash. Well, that brings us right to where we are here today in this guy.
Here we go. Main event time. And I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan as a kid. So The Ultimate Warrior sweatsuit in a way, so I had the track pants, the t-shirt, and everything else of Ultimate Warrior. Had Ultimate Warrior action figure. Had the Ultimate Warrior mask as a kid. I even had the Ultimate Warrior doll. Like the plushy doll.
He should be conserving his strength right here. He's facing the challenge of his life, Gorilla. Well, you may have a point there, Jesse.
But yeah, I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan as a kid.
A lot of Ultimate Warrior fans here, Jess. Supporters. This place is going bananas. 67,000 of them have waited for this moment, Gorilla Monsoon. It's deafening. And they are giving him the accolades he so richly deserves.
But like I said, guys, there's still one match that was missing. And I already said that it was Roddy Piper and Bad News Brown. Like I said, that match, probably 2-star. I'm trying to remember the match. Like, probably been about 25 years. I'm just going to assume because it's Roddy Piper. I understand the significance of that match. That's controversial, and that's why it's not on Netflix or YouTube or anywhere. Except for, like, maybe VHS. So... And if you don't know why it's controversial, well, Roddy Piper did something very controversial in the match. And if people want to know something, Ultimate Warrior was the champion when I was born. Because he held the belt until, what was it, Royal Rumble 91? So, yeah. He was still the champion when I was born. I think he loses to, what, Sergeant Slaughter, if I remember?
Champion against champion, title for title. This is what it's all about. This is what has brought 68,000 strong here to the Skydome, and they are ready. Both men in tremendous physical condition, Gorilla. Absolutely. You notice, though, how the champ, well, I guess they're both champs, and I mean the World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan, he took his time coming down to the ring. He kept his cool. You can see the Warrior already sweating for him. That's a sign, Gorilla. Take a look at this. Look at the intensity. Arm to arm right here, face to face. Both still with their respective titles around their waist. And you know who has probably the most important job in the world right now? Referee Hebner. You can bet on that. Absolutely. I mean, he's the man that'll count the shoulders. He's the man that will be the boss in that ring, hopefully. One man can conceivably leave this Skydome in possession of both the World Wrestling Federation title and the Intercontinental title. Got a little talking going on, a little psych out happening here, Gorilla. Feel the electricity. You can cut it with a knife. And a shove off by the Warrior. Hulkster looked a little bit surprised.
Here we go. Good old shoving contest. Between both men, lock up. Warrior overpowers Hogan.
It's deafening here in the Skydome. Warrior shows straight by the Hulkster.
Now Hogan overpowers Warrior.
You can bet on it. He's never felt the awesome power of the Hulkster. We're going to get a test of strength here. The Warrior wants a Greco-Roman knuckle lock. I'm sure the Hulkster will be more than willing to oblige. Absolutely. Absolutely. Take a look. This is what it's all about. Hulkster with a little bit of height advantage here. However, with this much adrenaline flowing, these two guys just everything and anything is possible.
Now test the strength there. Both guys are already giving each other a weird hug. Everyone loves a hug. I already know it's not a hug, but it does look like a weird hug. When you literally look at the thing, I know it's a test of strength.
Arms are slowly going up now. We'll see if one man can break the other man down. Warrior's winning it. Warrior's winning it, Manso. Warrior's got those knuckles turned over, and the Hulkster is slowly falling to his knees. He's down. Who'd have ever thought? Who could ever comprehend and see Hogan broke down? What a powers display here by the Ultimate Warrior.
There's probably about, what, 50,000 Polaroid cameras living flashing right now. It looks like. Good old Polaroid. Or those, what was those things called? The Kodiak. Dispensable cameras. That's what it was called. But yeah, all you see is this flash, flash, flash. But this was a huge main event back in the day. I would say this is probably the second hugest main event in WrestleMania at the time. First one being Andre and Hulk, and then this one. And I know how people would say Mega Powers explode. No.
Showing that awesome power that they possess. But this one,
there's nothing more than really having two titles on the line.
Intensified warm-up. Hogan with the advantage now. He's broken the Warrior down. And I'm sure that's the first time in the Warrior's life somebody's broke him down. You can bet on it.
Come on, Warrior. Beat the guy that wrestles 400 days a year. Come on, beat the guy that says he plays for Metallica. Warrior kicks out of an elbow drop at the count of two. Now running into each other. Now here comes the crisscross from both men. Warrior gets right up.
And that slam had literally no effect on the Ultimate Warrior. Certainly did not. He came right up and showed you that gorilla press move. Oh, look at that.
Now Ultimate Warrior with a body slam there.
And once again he showed you that gorilla press move. If he could do that to the Hulkster, I will be very impressed. Wow.
Now Ultimate Warrior clotheslines him outside the ring. Hulk Hogan looks like he's in trouble.
I'm not sure. He's grabbing the left knee, Gorilla. He can't put any weight on it. He either twisted the knee.
Twist his knee, working 400 days a year. Oh no, Hulk Hogan. Be a real man. Work 365. You need 35 days of rest there, Hulk Hogan. 35 days.
Hogan saved my knee's gone. He said, I blew my knee out, the knee is gone. He's gonna try to get back in. I don't think even the Warrior would want a jam this way. Definitely not. Warrior wants it to end in the ring, Jess. That's where it's gotta happen. Inside the squared circle. And Warrior going right after the knee.
I would. Just keep going after the knee. I would go right back after it. Now they're both choking each other in the middle of the ring. Let's try and break it up. As it got to the ropes. Clothesline there.
Jesse's moving around pretty good in that leg right now. As this capacity crowd pounds around, he might have just temporarily dislocated the patella. And it might have the kneecap, Jess. He might have slipped right.
That looks like Warrior's in trouble after taking those punches in the corner there. Body slam by Hogan. Elbow drop. Second elbow drop. And there's the two.
Almost three. Front face lock by the Hulkster. What a punishing hole this is. Absolutely. Ask Richard Belzer.
Richard Belzer, huh? The person that Hulk Hogan choked out. Which literally gave WWF their lawsuit. I think it was like, what, 20 mil? Or something like that?
Hogan's being smart right here. He's biding his time. Let that knee recover if it needs to recover more. Dragging the Warrior. Putting his weight on him, wearing him down. Hulkster telling the referee, get out of the way and let us get it on here. Knee lift by the Hulkster. Sends Warrior back into the ropes, but he comes out with a kick, but no. Hulkster's all over him. Warrior refusing to go down, Jesse. Well, I think it's more the buckle holding him up, Gorilla. If that was center of the ring, he'd have gone down. Clothesline and a beauty, and now
Hulk Hogan the clothesline. Trying to feel the power of all us Hulkamaniacs.
Hulkster hooking the leg, but no.
AKA steroids.
Shot that right arm out of there.
But this was the steroid era, though.
As no one has said.
Both these guys were probably on steroids.
Big backbreaker by Hogan. Hooking the leg once again, but boy, was that close. And I love it. Now you see Hogan beefing with the referee about the count, the timing of the count. Just as long as he's consistent both ways, Mark. I don't have any problem with that. Hulkster with a reverse chinlock here. You can see him leaning in, putting that 303 pounds on the back of the Warrior. This is a wear down move right there.
Hogan trying to wear out Warrior's chin lock there. It's not even locked in properly. He just said it, but it really isn't. Like,
What a confrontation.
It's gotta be probably one of the worst chin locks I've ever seen.
And Hogan's being extremely smart here, I think, Monsoon.
Boy's wearing him down.
Absolutely. The man is extremely powerful. Hogan on top. See, Hogan can breathe well. The Warrior can't. Drives that knee into the back. Second time.
Oh, right into the cervical vertebrae area there. Oh.
No, Monsoon, it's the back.
I'm sorry. Hogan control. Look out. Suplex, yes.
Suplex by Hogan onto Warrior.
Hook looking for that 3 count.
He should have hooked the leg.
Yeah, he probably should have hooked the leg. Right back to another choke.
Wouldn't surprise me if he'd have hit the 3 on that one.
Well, I'll tell you, if Hogan would have hooked the leg, I think he'd have gotten it, Gorilla.
He's right back to that
Okay, now he's got it sort of locked in.
Not hooking the leg.
At least this chin lock is sort of locked in. The other one was not.
And
you can tell
kick out before the 3 count.
Well, it's easy for
the
us
difference.
to call it from up here. We're down in the heat of the battle now.
Like, yeah, you're supposed to literally, when you do a chin lock, you're not supposed to literally completely lock it in, but you gotta try and make it look like you got it in. And if you don't look like you got it in, it's looks bad. So
Big elbow. Another one. A third one. That breaks the hold.
well,
Drops down, Warrior over the top. Look out.
both running clothesline. Both men are down in the middle of the ring.
Both guys caught each other equal, but Hogan should still have the advantage because he's used the holds against the Warrior, but both men now we could get a double count out right here.
Oh, I wouldn't want to see that. That would solve absolutely nothing. Referee's laying it out right now. However, the moment that one man...
I wouldn't even have done a count out like this. I wouldn't even count if I was the ref. It's a world title match. Don't even count him. It's really silly to learn to count. Anyway, in the circumstance. Unless someone's really injured.
On each face.
Warrior up to sitting.
Set up. As soon as he turns over, the count will stop. And now the host is coming up as well. The count is over right now.
Absolutely.
Warrior's feeling it. Shaking the ropes, man. He's shaking the ropes. Warrior's feeling it. And he's trying to get up.
And he's shaking him. And listen to this crowd.
Hogan's literally trying to hit him as everything he's got, but he's still shaking.
He's impervious to those moves.
Unbelievable. Hogan has never let anyone do that.
Big roundhouse right. And a clothesline by the Warrior.
And Warriors change the advantage.
Another clothesline by Warrior. Warrior's feeling it.
Energy to do this.
I wish Jim Hellwig was alive today.
In the corner.
Too bad he literally died literally a couple days after he got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Turn the tide here. And now it's
I would have literally loved to have seen Warrior like
look at the Hulkster.
be back in WWE on good terms. Maybe not a run, but maybe like a manager or something.
Nothing in the gorilla slam. Ooh, he's going for a suplex.
Oh, he got it. Goes for the cover. 2 now. Hulk just manages to squeeze out.
There's a 2 count.
And look at the Warrior.
Hulk Hogan
The
literally
pain
pops
is
out
just
from
about
2
gone off
counts.
his face.
Oh,
But look at the
got a bear hug.
possession.
Warrior bear hug on Hogan.
Put the squeeze on the heavyweight champion.
Jesse, I have seen every title defense by the Hulkster.
Warrior too high.
Have I seen
Gotta
anything
lower
like
it.
this? Never have I seen a Hulkster double up the inch right now. But son, really true champions.
The unfortunate thing is, Gorilla, only one man
There you go. Now he's lowering it.
That's why this
For
is
there,
the
for a second there, he was up too high.
Hulkster's got to get out of this bear hug and get out pretty quick. Before the lights go out for him.
You can't be in the middle of the back.
Trying to slide that right arm.
Because you can actually paralyze someone by doing a bear hug if you do it in the middle of the back.
Got it nice and low, low on the backside.
That's why you always have to get right close to the butt, like where it is right now. But he had it way too high there for a second. And you're gonna say, wait, how do you paralyze someone? Very simple. You squeeze tight enough, and you're trying to fake it, because you gotta literally clench that freaking wrist. You can paralyze them. I've actually seen someone get paralyzed from a bear hug. So.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That's why there are 68,000 strong here in Skydome for this one. Hulk is fading here. Can't keep those arms up. He's getting the breath squeezed out of him. Now this is a smart bear down move on the part of the Warrior. Just as Hogan earlier in the match used that reverse chin lock, now the Warrior using the big squeeze, the bear hug. Literally squeezing the energy right out of champion Hulk Hogan. Champion Ultimate Warrior squeezing champion Hulk Hogan. Oh, that arm went down and went down heavy. If it goes down 3 times, it's over. There's twice.
There's 2. Is it going? Is it over? Nope. Hogan still got life. Hogan fighting back here.
Hogan using every ounce of energy, delivering them blows, and he broke it. Ducks underneath, the Warrior does drop down.
Warrior literally knocked down the ref. Going after Hogan.
We have a major proportional problem here, Gorilla. Referee Hebner accidentally wiped out here, but the match continues.
Nice axe handle to the face of Hogan from Ultimate Warrior on the top rope.
Hulkster already on his feet. Now he sees him.
Another axe handle.
Another double axe handle right to the cranium of the Hulkster. And look at the energy. Still possessed by the Ultimate Warrior. What a nice leopard spin move.
Hogan sort of like threw him into the mat as he was running.
Hulkster pulls him over. 1, 2, 3. There's nobody there to count. Where's the referee Hebner down and out? He's really out of it.
Hogan thinks he's won because he's counting the pin. But at the end of the day, that rough's down.
Warrior stepped up. Oh, nice suplex. Warrior covering Hogan, still no ref.
And the ref is down.
2, 3.
Now even Warrior counts to 3. The ref is still down.
Well, I guess we call it 2 out of 3 falls now. They're one apiece. Oh, they're one apiece. Yes, referee Hebner just now trying to clear the cobwebs.
They're one apiece.
Now he can count it. 1. That's 2. This is it. No.
Oh, and Hogan kicks out.
No way. Warrior got the
As the ref literally is just getting back to his feet.
Hulkster with a nice reverse roll-up. Referee way out of position. 1, 2. No.
And Hogan almost got the 3 there as well. So.
What a match this is. Hogan measures it with the right hand. A second one. A third one. Look out now. Sends him in and follows him right in at 360. Out over the top goes the Ultimate Warrior. And the Hulk's chasing him out to the floor. Both men pulling out all the stops here. Hulkster trying to ram him into the post. Thumb in the
Like I said, guys, tomorrow is WrestleMania 28.
So much at stake here.
And then Friday is WrestleMania 30. Two pay-per-views I've never seen before. Like, all the way through. I've seen reviews, I've seen highlights, but I've never actually watched the show. So, this one I've seen when I was a kid. But it's been many years. Warrior's got Hogan up above his head. He's going for a gorilla press slam. Hogan left for Warrior for splash on Hogan.
It's over if he can turn him over.
Hulkster is almost motionless.
And Hogan kicks out at the count of 2.
Can't believe it.
The Warriors never seen nothing like this.
And now that adrenaline is flowing heavy through the body of the Hulkster.
Hulk Hogan's hulking up. He's hulking up. He's feeling the power of 400 days a year.
And the finger pointing right into Kitson. Hulkster with a roundhouse. And another. And the Warriors backing up.
Got him with the
He got the big boot. Here comes the leg. Oh, he misses the leg drop. Warrior with his big splash. 1, 2, 3. And Warrior wins. Okay, so I'm going to pause and literally do the review. So, technically, I think this is a 4-star match. It's not a 5-star, in my opinion. It made me love Ultimate Warrior, this match right here. Because I remember watching this on VHS tape and going back and literally going, wow. You know, like both guys literally trying to hit their finishers. Warrior literally sneaks the pin. Perfect, in a way. The downfall of this match, too many, like, bear hugs, chokeholds, or whatever. That's why it's not literally a 5-star. When you have to literally go to that Excalibur, in a way, it's kind of like wearing down the match a little. It's fine to do it here and there, but they were doing it quite a bit. Like Hogan was for sure. You know, going for a chokehold, literally almost 3 times in a row. You know, so that's why it's not getting a 5-star. But in my opinion, it's still a strong 4-star main event. Probably, you know, the best match of WrestleMania 6, and it stands to the test of time. So let's finish this off. There's still 3 minutes left. But yeah, there was no Bad News Brown or Roddy Piper match. Because I believe that was at WrestleMania 6. So, which is understandable. But if I was to do the VHS version, yeah, that match would probably be included. So.
Look at the hushed silence going over the crowd.
They don't know what the Hulkster's going to do, and neither do I. Oh, look at this. Hulk presented the belt and raised the hand of the Warrior. The Hulkster has
Still got 1 minute left, guys. So 1:10 actually, it says. Got the sparklers and everything else, the fireworks going off. It would have been really cool to be there for WrestleMania 6. First one in Canada and everything else. That would have been amazing. I gotta admit, the firework explosion looks pretty cool, even for 1990 standards. You know. So, but yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I want to thank everyone for coming out. We had Ajit, we had Chico, we had Bayos 10, and anyone else that liked and subscribed. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow with WrestleMania 28. Until then, take care, everyone.